1. We're recording!
So what's the topic? What's the topic?
Frustration?
I don't know.
Frustration?
I don't know.
Frustration?
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know.
Frustration.
That's my impression of the guy from Taken. The one who says good luck on the phone, but when he finds him later and he straps him to a chair and puts electrical volts into his legs.
Yeah.
And he's interrogating him. And then he gives him all the information that he has. And he says, I don't, I think Liam Neeson asks him one more question. And he says, I don't know.
Where's my daughter?
No, he'd give him all the information and they asked him one more question. He's like, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know.
I've never seen Taken. I've only seen the get under the bed. You will be taken.
And then Liam Neeson says, I believe you, but it's not going to save you. And he still kills the guy.
So is he an anti-hero?
He's not an anti-hero because, I mean, I guess it's what is your definition of anti-hero? Is he a guy who kills without remorse? And
he's like killing for a good cause, but he's still not 100% like a hero.
I mean, he's killing scumbags, people who kidnap women and put them into slavery, sexual slavery. So I think it's easier to justify the fact that he goes on a rampage in a foreign country. He goes to France and just shoots the whole country up. But he was doing it for a good cause. His daughter had been taken.
Under the bed.
The movie is pretty ridiculous because up top, she says, Dad, I have an opportunity to go to Paris. It's going to be amazing. He's like, no.
How old is the kid?
No, I don't know how old she's supposed to be. A teenager, I think. High school. 16.
High school. Okay. Not like little kid.
No. Maybe she's supposed to be 15 and she's really like a 28-year-old actress.
Yeah.
But
she's Dakota Fanning.
But he says, no, it's too dangerous. And then the mom, and they're separated, Liam Neeson and the mom. She's like, oh, stop being an asshole. You should let her go. And then he says, fine. And immediately, when they land in Paris, some dude approaches them and pretends to be a nice guy who's like, oh, let's share a cab. They're so expensive. And he does that to figure out where they go. And then, he sends people to kidnap them. Immediately, fulfilling Liam Neeson's prophecy. It's fucking dumb. But
yeah, it doesn't seem like, based on what you've said about Liam Neeson, that he would trust somebody like that so instantly, you know?
Trust who?
The person that he meets at the airport. Let's just...
No, he's not there. He's not there. That's just the daughter and the friend.
Oh, it's the girl.
Yeah.
Oh.
Once the daughter goes, and then that's when she calls him because she sees it's a very fancy apartment, a U-shaped with a air shaft in between so she can see across a courtyard into the other side of the apartment. And that's when she sees her friend being kidnapped and she gets under the bed.
And so then who is he talking to when he says, get under the bed, you will be taken?
His daughter. He's saying there's nothing you can do about it. Sorry, just get under that bed.
They know that she's under the bed?
They don't at that point, but they come into the room and
he
knows. He knows the mind of the criminal. He knows that they're going to find her. They're not so dumb.
Why does he know the mind of a criminal?
Because he spent his whole career in some kind of vague international security operations for the country. They never really state what it is.
Yeah.
But he's seen this his whole life. And that's why he has these skills.
A specific set of skills.
So the movie itself, if you just like a revenge movie where really the person is never in trouble. He's in trouble maybe for 1 minute out of the whole movie. And he's just killing a bunch of people, getting his revenge, then it's fun. I think it's a fine movie to watch. It's pretty dumb. The fact they made 2 other ones. The second one, they go to Turkey, Istanbul. It's like, what? Okay. So this whole speech in your first movie about, oh, don't travel abroad. It's so dangerous. And then the fucking ordeal that his daughter has been through, which, by the way, doesn't seem to have any lasting effects. Her friend does die. Her friend that she travels to Europe with dies.
From what?
They're drugging the girls up to keep them sedated, and she dies of an overdose.
They're not very good at it.
So they just don't care. They have so many that it's like chickens in a farm.
That's ridiculous. They spent so much, like, that's a lot of work to follow some bitches and then just let one die like no bigs.
Oh, and here's the other thing. Liam Neeson's daughter isn't just put into regular slavery. She's being sold because she's a virgin, of course.
Oh, how do they know?
I don't know. I think that's a valid question. I do not know. I like that, my terrible impression of the guy. I don't know. Has kicked off this whole recap of Taken. But yeah, in that second one, there should be PTSD for everyone, even the mom who had just had to live through the fact that her daughter, was kidnapped. Then they just go to Istanbul. He's like, come along with me. Let's travel internationally. And then once you know it, the guy who I am impersonating, his dad is out for revenge because Liam Neeson killed his son. And so he kidnaps the whole family.
Man, the whole family?
Well, I think the daughter doesn't get caught, but they're trying to kidnap her. But they get the wife and they get Liam at some point.
Oh, okay, so they get the parents, and then does the daughter then use her special set of skills because she's been through it to rescue the parents?
He has a secret phone that they didn't know about, and he's able to contact the daughter and talk her through stuff.
Oh.
He does things like throw a grenade. I have a grenade. I have a grenade in my suitcase in the hotel room. Throw it, and then he counts down the seconds in between when she says she throws it and when he hears the blast, and he calculates the distance in miles. And then
what?
Then he has her run a bit, I think, and then throw another grenade, and he does the same thing. And then he says, "Now grab a map and put the 2 points of where you threw the grenades, and then draw circles this diameter around those points because that's the mileage I calculated. And where do those circles intersect?" And she says, "There's 2 places." He's like, "Well, I'm at one of those 2 places." And then she gets to the place and throws a gun down a chimney, and he's able to get it and escape.
Wow.
And then the third one, I don't even know. I feel like the mom is killed, and he's framed for it.
Who is?
Liam Neeson.
What? How?
I can't. I feel like I half watched the third one on a plane drunk.
Okay.
So I can't remember too many of the details, but I just know that he's now being chased by the American authorities. So who knows? I don't know how she died. I don't know how he got framed. I don't know if anyone's actually even taken at that point.
That's terrible writing. Honestly, that's really terrible.
Her life is taken. Yeah, there's no reason to push it to 3, but everyone's so fucking greedy.
Yeah. The original, the kernel of an idea, right? It's like, okay, it's an action movie. We can sort of forgive these things. But then the second and then the third, it's too much to like
It is.
forgive,
The first one you forgive because it's fun. It's like, okay, I'm enjoying this. I'm seeing someone get their revenge.
Yeah.
And there's really just, it's like a video game in a way. There's nothing stopping them.
Uh-huh.
But the other one's like, okay, it's getting pretty ridiculous. What little logic I expect in these movies for you to follow. One of them is that Liam Neeson is a man of his convictions. And in the second one, when he just goes against everything he's ever said and invites his whole family to Istanbul, it's like, okay, that man would not do such a thing.
Yeah.
He would never do that. And it's funny that that's a little thing that will bother, me, probably other people. But it's like, come on. Despite all the other ridiculous shit.
Well, like I said, it's you can sort of forget or the suspension of disbelief, right, can be held up to a point. It's just like those like the diehards, First one was good. I didn't care about the second one. It was like in the snow.
That was the plane. That was the plane one, right?
The plane one?
Yeah.
I don't know. They were in the snow though, right?
I think it was a plane one.
No.
Yes, that was the plane one.
All right. Well, I don't know about the plane. I know there's snow.
I think it's a plane in the winter.
Okay. Well, they're in the snow though. They're like, I don't know. Okay. And then the third one, is that the one with Samuel L. Jackson? Where he's like the cab driver. He's not the cab driver. He owns a business in the hood. And part of like the terrorists' request is for Bruce Willis to stand in the hood with like a sandwich board saying something racist so that he
Yeah.
gets like beat up, and then Samuel Jackson like saves him, but is also like against white people, but then they like work together to like solve a puzzle in a fountain with those jugs of water.
Yeah, I think that's a good summary of the movie.
That's a good one. I really liked that one. It isn't Lions. What's his name? He was Scar in Lion King.
I don't know the name.
Jeremy
of this.
Irons.
Was that Scar? I didn't know any of the voices other than the kid.
You won't get a sip without me.
I didn't know any of the voices other than the kid from Tool Time. Home Improvement.
What? Yes, you
Whatever
did.
the fuck it is.
Jared Taylor Thomas.
Yeah, baby Simba. That's all I knew. Oh, and
No.
I guess Mustafa.
Yes, not Mustafa.
Yeah.
Mufasa.
No.
Mustafa. That sounds like a Greek dish.
That's fine. That's what his name is.
Mustafa. Oh, what about Whoopi Goldberg? What about Cheech?
Mustafa the poet. That's a real person.
Oh, okay.
I'm
yeah,
just
yeah.
getting them confused, I guess. He's just known as Mustafa, formerly known as Mustafa the poet. He's a Sudanese Canadian poet, singer, and songwriter. One of my favorites. So it would make sense that I would get the names confused. Well-
Yes, of course, because you're always, you're all about poetry.
I mean, I guess it wouldn't make sense if it was one of my favorites. I would know the difference. But I mean, the name lives in my brain in such a way because I'm always thinking about Mustafa the poet that when I get to
Yeah, I understand.
Mufasa, what's his name?
Mufasa. Remember Whoopi Goldberg's like Mufasa, Mufasa, Mufasa.
Nah, I don't really remember.
Oh, I loved Lion King.
Anyway,
So
we
the opening with the like, and then it's like the big crescendo, circle of life, bam, and just like bam, Lion King, explosion. I was like, oh shit, I'm in.
yeah, if you go to the Broadway show, you'll cry when those
I
people
bet.
when they come out on stilts and they're the giraffes. You're like,
Yeah, those are cool. Well, I wouldn't cry at that.
people say that they weep at the opening of the Broadway show.
I just mean like the music hitting you, I think would make me cry, but not because like look at the costumes. Why would
I think
cry
it all
here?
comes together. I think it's the music, it's the tie to your childhood, and then it's the elegant stage design and the brilliant costumery.
Why haven't they made a terrible musical version of The Neverending Story?
Why would they?
Because they've made terrible, stupid musicals about so many other things.
I don't think it has the appeal, enough appeal.
Or remakes. Like, I'm surprised that that's been untouched.
People do go into these things thinking they're going to make money. You can look at the ideas and say, you're never going to make money. That's fucking stupid. But they actually do think they're going to make money. Neverending Story, I don't think, gives anyone the illusion they're going to be making money. Even though we all talk about it in this longing way.
Yeah, we all have that memory of like Anthrax dying or whatever that horse's name was.
So you don't even know the name of the giant
I
flying
forgot.
beast.
It's something like, hold on, let me get it. It's Horcrux. Nope, that's Harry Potter. It's Artax. Is that right? I think that's right. Final answer, Artax.
No,
What is it?
it's Falcor.
No, Falcor is the dog.
That's the flying beast.
I'm talking about the horse that dies in the beginning.
Oh,
That's the traumatizing part.
then I apologize.
What is that horse's name?
I don't know.
Artax.
Arcturus.
See, that's why I came up with Horcrux. I'm pretty sure it's Artax. Oh my God, when that horse died. Is it true that horse really died during the making of the film?
I don't know.
Or is that just
I don't know if that's urban legend or
a
not.
tale as old as time?
Yeah.
Tale as old as time. Well, remember when this is a thing that's going around online.
Are we supposed to be doing a topic? We're 15
This is our
minutes into
topic
this
now.
fucking thing.
I brought up frustration.
I'm
and all right.
frustrated. I'm fucking
Huh?
frustrated.
Why?
Because we're doing terrible movie reviews. We can't remember characters' names or plot points. Like that thing that maybe happened that was kind of like this, and they did that thing, and then what was that
No,
character's
we're
name?
doing great.
That's
Why are you
guessing.
criticizing what we're doing? We're doing good.
I wanted to get back on track.
This is on track. We're talking about movies.
We always talk about fucking movies.
We do?
Yes.
Oh. Sometimes talk about feelings.
We always talk about fucking movies.
Oh no.
There's so many shows about movies.
Where are you in your head? The music. Welcome to One Topic, where we try to stick to one topic.
Just don't even. Just say welcome to One Topic from here on out. Don't even.
No, I say what I want. My name is Autumn. Welcome to One Topic, where we try to stick to one topic, and I say what I want. My name is Autumn Fisher.
My name is Greg Russ, sipping coffee in your ear. Jesus Christ.
Amen.
We're just jumping around. I wish I had never done
you changed it. I said frustration, and then you started talking about Taken.
You asked questions because I just did an impression.
Well, yeah, because I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know. I wish I could find that scene. Probably can.
I bet you could. I don't know. So he's torturing him. He's got electrodes on his legs.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. Like nails shoved into his knees.
Ooh.
Connected to the power grid somehow.
Ouchie.
Taken movie current shock scene.
I need you to be focused. Are you focused yet?
I always think about people when they have to act like they're in pain.
Yeah.
Okay.
And how many takes do they have to do over? Like 53 takes?
Yeah, do it again.
Different angles and yeah.
You're shoving the nails into your knees. I don't want to go through the whole scene because it's 3 minutes. Let me jump ahead a bit.
Yeah.
He's interrogating him, and then he says, I don't know. Maybe it's this part.
Where can I find him? I don't know. Please! I don't know! No! Please!
So my impression's pretty far off. But
it's funny though what you've had in your head. I don't know.
And he's got more of just like a British accent.
Yeah. He's like, I don't know.
Yeah. And I don't know in my mind for whatever reasons. I don't know. Got a bit exaggerated.
I don't know. I like that better. But I could totally hear it, happening, even though I don't know the scene at all. But like I could see where the actor would use that. I don't know. Blah!
I also have a combination of when Liam Neeson says good luck. Well, no, when Marco, the guy, says good luck to Liam Neeson. When he gives his big speech, he's like, I will find you and I will kill you.
Uh-huh.
And then he just says, good luck.
Yeah.
But I have a combination of that when I say it. I'm like, good luck.
Good luck.
It's that and it's Star Fox when you're launching out of your space portal. There's a voice that says good luck before your mission, and I've made some kind of bastardization of the two. Those are the voices in Star Fox.
Got it. This is like blah, blah,
blah. That's probably the frog.
Blah, blah, blah. I have the beginning of that, I think, where maybe eventually it'll get sort of degraded into some weird way. Because do you know those ads that pop up on games you're playing in your app? And it's that king that's always in trouble. And he's like, help me.
Yes.
So I say, help me. Like
Royal Match.
Royal Match. Oh, I love those ads that start with like a guy walking up to another guy on the street like, hey, I'm out on the street asking guys about ads. What's your favorite? He's like, I love Royal Match so good. Like, no ads. Like, shut the fuck up.
You can play it with no Wi-Fi. Amazing graphics. When I just want to turn off my brain, I've seen too many of these things.
Mm-hmm.
And then they're trying to get philosophical about it, where sometimes they get these C-level actors doing endorsements. And
I've seen that. It's like, hey, guys, it's me from Dexter.
I've even seen the ones where they say where they're from. They just say their name like I'm supposed to know. I'm like, yeah.
Hey, what's up, you guys? It's your boy.
Yeah, who the fuck
Joshua.
Are you? I don't know who you are, but one of the guys getting
when I'm off set, when we're taking a break from filming, I love playing Royal Match.
He gets like existential about it. It's like, I love the game. And he goes through the list of bullet points that they give him that we just mentioned. But then he says, but I'm wondering who's after the king? Why is he always in these awful situations? Who is out to get him?
It says
and
on
why
the
is
script.
this happening?
Yeah, it says on the script, like, ad lib. It's like, add something personal.
Fucking, it's his own fault. And then they do say, play with me to help me figure this out. I'm sure that's not built into the game, that it's not revealed that there's some evil force putting the king in the bad scenarios.
Yeah.
Where the giant snake is coming after him, or the toxic waste is pouring down and he's on a raft that's going to give out at any point. I think
and
he's
like
just
move
a
these
fucking
pins
moron.
around.
He's a dumb moron king who deserves to die so that they can replace him, so the people of the kingdom can have a better leader.
You found it.
It's pretty good timing.
Do it again.
I have to go back to the YouTube video. It's so short that YouTube auto plays into the next. Here we go. Oh, no. I had the volume turned down. Shut up. Shut up.
Turn off autoplay.
I don't know how.
There's a little switch.
They don't let you do that anymore.
Yes, they do.
Unless you pay them.
That's not true. Oh, wait. I don't know if that's true because I pay.
There is no escaping. Good luck. Good luck. Taken. Fuck this. 3 minutes? It's the whole scene of him talking to his daughter. I ain't playing.
The next part is very important.
This is exactly how I would act if my kid was calling me from under a bed and was about to be kidnapped.
You have to be calm. Look, you have to put your emotions aside and think, what can I do to save my daughter? Freaking out right now is not going to help. And because I have been trained so well, and I'm able to compartmentalize so well that I'm just going to tell her exactly what to do.
But wouldn't it be
but
like...
if you don't, I will look for you. I will find you. And I will kill you. Good luck.
I wish I had I wish I had known I was going to be talking about this. I would have prepared the 2 good lucks and put them on my button bar so I could play the 2 effects.
Good luck.
Good luck.
I want to do weird non-English voices for a computer game. Oh, like Animal Crossing talks like that, right?
I haven't played it.
I tried to play it and I was like, what the fuck? This is the worst game. I'm so bored. I like dig holes.
The most
find shells and shit. I'm like, this is so stupid.
The most I know about is the track from Mario Kart. There's a Animal Crossing track. That's the most I know about it.
Oh, okay.
Don't the Sims talk in some gross, disgusting way?
Not like that. Not fun like that. They're like, Lipulapusene, Kwampatapasu. Stuff like that.
I hate it.
Oh, I played The Sims too. And like, somehow I accidentally got a kid. Like I got a baby. And I was so stressed out. This kid was like crying and shitting itself and like rolling in its own filth. And I had to like keep it clean and feed it. And like, I couldn't go to work without getting a sitter or like taking it to daycare and shit. I was like, what the fuck? This is just life? I'm not interested in this.
Exactly. It's hard enough when you don't have the kid because you're not giving me enough entertainment time. I need to watch TV and dance.
Yeah. I instantly just like looked up the cheats and then just gave myself so much money and then just like built houses and stuff. That was more interesting.
The only one I ever played was Bustin' Out, which is the one that focuses on career.
Yeah. Now a lot of them focus on career. I think, well, at least I was playing the latest one. And yeah, there's all these different things you can focus on. Like you can try and like build up your love life, or you can try and build up your career, or you can like try and do all of that. It was stressful. It's like, this is just my life. Like, I'm not doing this in my life because I like can't handle it. Why am I doing it on a game when I'm trying to have fun?
At some point I walled in my sim and just let them freak out because I got so frustrated.
Yeah, there's some videos online of people making like basements full of Sims. Like they lure people over for parties and then like take them down to the basement, lock the door.
At least it's an escape at that point from real life, not just focusing on all the same shit.
Yeah.
So the first one was Star Fox. The second one is the bird. Whatever the bird's name is.
How did they make this sound?
It's the rabbit. Here's the frog.
Oh. I'd like to know how they made these sounds.
It's the evil fox.
I
don't know what the hell that thing is. A fly? I don't know. I bet it's I came across some of the raw audio, like the Good Luck, uncompressed and no effects on it, and it really is just a guy's voice. It's like good luck. And I'm wondering if they just had people make noises. The same person probably.
Yeah.
And then you.
And they just cut it up and did weird things.
Yeah, you reverse some of them. You EQ them in weird ways.
Yeah.
You raise the pitch. You just fuck around with it. Blades of Steel.
I didn't play Blades of Steel. I played ice hockey.
Sorry, I'm listening to you. I'm just looking for the see now this is why it's not good to do.
I also played Excite Bike.
Keep going.
It goes do that was it. Do 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 ba 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 bum bum bop 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 bee, and then just it's just that.
You're filling the time while I look for this thing. All voices uncompressed. But that's Star Fox 64. I don't want to hear that. I want to hear the original Star Fox. Star Fox 64 uncompressed.
Yeah. Da 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 da. Ah! Da, 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 da. I forgot about this. Hell yeah. That was it. That should be our intro from now on.
Just using that?
Yeah.
Even though we barely use the intro anymore.
Yeah.
Good luck.
Oh!
Good luck.
So here's...
Good luck.
That's the in-game. Here's the original uncompressed.
Good luck.
Good luck.
Good luck.
Just some guy.
Good luck.
That's just a guy. I wonder if he did a million takes. No, not quite right. Good luck. No.
Good luck.
No, that's not what we need.
All right. Good luck.
Not quite
bad.
there.
Good luck.
Then 2 days later, they're still in studio doing it. People do get that nitpicky. They're fucking insane for something that doesn't matter that much, because you could have put any good luck in the game and then people would have looked back fondly on it because they like the game.
Right.
Like that good luck. I remember that good luck. If it was good luck.
Right. It would be sort of different enough.
They wouldn't have cared.
But it would be memorable.
It's like when
I
I worked.
It's so weird. Good luck.
It's when I worked on a play and there was a days-long discussion about the sound of the door opening and closing. It's like, what the fuck?
Isn't there just one sound effect for doors opening? It's just that creaky.
No, there are different types of doors on them with different materials and different hinges. And yes, some older
This
doors
sounds more like an
creak.
oak door, and this is really hollow core. So
That's not even what they were arguing about. I mean, that's a fair assessment. If you use a screen door and it's supposed to be a bedroom door, like, what the fuck is that?
that's true.
Like, I don't trust my kids. I put a screen door on their bedroom. That's the privacy they get. But this discussion, and then we'd finally set. It was mostly about the levels and how loud it should be. The mom would go back into the house. It was a play about a hoarder, and she'd go back into the house sometimes and go to her room. And that's usually when her kids were there talking shit about her.
Mhm.
And do you need the door? No, not necessarily. But she would listen to music, and I had designed it so that when she was in her room and the door was closed, the music, you could hear it, but it was kind of muffled, like it was coming
Yeah.
through a wall.
Awesome.
And then when she'd come out of her room, the door would open and the music would become clearer. And several hours discussion about just the sound level of the door opening and closing, which fair. If it's too loud, it's too soft. I get that. We finally settle on something. And the next day, it's like, I think we're just going to get rid of the door altogether. It's like, that doesn't fucking make sense then. You think you have to get rid of the music. If you don't want the door, get rid of the music. Then it's just weird. It's like, why is the music doing that? You need some kind of cue to let you know that she's coming out of her room. I can agree that you don't need the door, but then you don't get the music. And it's all because some dude who came in, who's the assistant director, which who knew they had any fucking power, for the first time was sitting there and watched a run through and didn't like it. It's like, it's not working for me. It's like, who the fuck do you think you are? You fucking idiot. And then I find out, I don't remember who his dad is, but it's someone famous. It's like, it all comes together now.
Liam Neeson's dad.
People don't want to upset you. Because God knows what you could do for the theater, even though you would never do anything. Because
You will watch a play,
fucking
and you will
failure.
say you don't like it. There
No
will be a door.
offense. No offense.
You won't like the door.
If I had a famous dad, I wouldn't be hanging out at some, small theater. You're just going there because you want the attention and you want to feel special. And if I ran the theater, but get the fuck out of here. I don't want your dad's money. I don't want you. I don't. Whatever
you want to meet Liam Neeson?
Whatever you think you can bring me, I don't give a shit. Because exactly what you want, you think I'm going to bow down and kiss your feet. And I guess that's what you're getting because you get to come in and make stupid decisions, hearing something one time.
So he was the one that didn't like the door?
You bearded fuck. Yeah, he didn't like the door.
Oh.
And this is
if he didn't like other things, would you have been so offended?
Yeah, in general, because you spend a lot of time working on something and it is a collaborative process. And, in theater, the writer has a lot more say than in movies. You turn over a script and that's the end of it. You're done in movies. But in a theater, for whatever reason, the writer really can stick around and just fucking give notes and input. And you do have the director. And the director, I guess, has final say on things. But when it comes to like story, they do defer to the writer quite often. And then the director like helps block scenes and get the performances needed out of the actors. And then the director just disappears once the show actually opens. Like, all right, my work's done. And then which makes sense. I guess the director doesn't need to be there every single night, especially for something like Phantom that ran for so long. Could you imagine?
Yeah, something like that. But like a play that goes on for a couple weekends.
Yeah, you still
should be there.
Yeah, you get it where it needs to be, and then you just turn it over. So there's a few people who have input, and totally fair. And you try different things, and things you design don't actually work once you see them in the show. But it's something as small as a fucking door. It can get frustrating. And then when someone comes in from seemingly nowhere and blows it all up, it's like, what the fuck? There's also a goddamn door. People think working on creative endeavors is like a fulfilling thing. I find it to be worse than my normal work sometimes when you have like client feedback. At least with client feedback, it's like, yeah, they're annoying and it's really driving me crazy. But you haven't like put your heart. I'm not saying you didn't do a good job. Like there's a level of being a professional that means a lot to me and you do a good job, but you don't invest in it in the same way because with a creative endeavor, you're thinking, all right, this is something that's existing solely for people's entertainment. It's artistic.
Well, and at work, it's not yours, right? When you're doing something at the theater, the part that you're working on is yours. So then when someone comes in and says, "Hey, that thing that's yours, that's dumb."
They just and look, that's part of the process.
Right.
You're not always going to have things approved. But yes, when somebody just comes in seemingly out of nowhere, and when it's as dumb as a door, it's like, you are fucking overthinking this to death. I am losing my fucking mind. I don't want to do this anymore.
Did they keep the door?
No, they got rid of it.
They played the music still?
Yeah, then it made no fucking sense.
Would you did you ever think about just during the show, just putting the door back in and be like, I'm putting the door in? Fuck you guys.
Well, no, because once the show's built, I turn it over and somebody else runs it.
You're the director of the sound.
You design the sound, you set the sound, you build the QLab file.
Yeah.
And then you turn it over.
I say, yeah, the QLab file. Mm-hmm.
And there's just someone in the booth running it.
Okay.
Who also tends to be a stage manager at a smaller level. They do everything.
Right.
And then that stage manager texts me that one day. He's like, "Can you give me these files without the door?" And I was like, "Why?" Because the big bearded idiot made the final decision. And she's like, "I'll have you know that's one of my best friends."
Oh! What did you say back?
I actually
How
had
did
a
you
nice
respond to that?
I felt bad because I'm acting out.
Yeah.
And
It's not going to do you any favors.
No, I don't. Let's see if I can find it. I don't know. It was so long ago.
Yeah, searching your text for bearded. Fuck.
I think I sent it to the guy who ran the theater. I was like, just so you know, because he did tell me, and I know the guy who runs the theater pretty well. So
yeah,
she went in though, and she's like, "I really have to talk to you about Greg." And they thought something really.
I think I remember you telling me this. I'm remembering this now.
Yeah, they thought something really bad had happened, and then she said, just she didn't show them the text, but just basically said he wasn't nice about whatever the guy's name is. I'm like, oh, okay, that's it. She's like, yeah, I just thought you should know.
Okay.
This was my response. I said, I apologize for that text. It was thoughtless and arbitrary and wasn't meant to challenge. It put you in a spot where you had to respond, and you've got enough you're dealing with. I didn't mean to do that, so I'm sorry.
Oh.
I mean, as she was dealing with a lot, she's just enacting what she's being told to do.
Yeah.
And she needs a new file for me. I should just get her a new file. It's like, what good is it going to do to complain to her or, insult people to her? It doesn't do anything.
Well, you could complain to her and be like, oh, is it because so-and-so axed it? And they'll be like, yeah. You'd be like, okay, fuck.
Well, they're idiots.
But for you to be like, the bearded fuck.
I don't know if I said fuck. But it was a little bit insulting. I think I said bigger, but he's like, I didn't mean fat. He's like he's tall and he's just bigger overall.
Okay.
He's like an Albanese, like a Michael Albanese type person where they're just big.
Yeah. Viking.
Yeah.
Who's their dad?
Who, what?
Who's their dad? You said they were a son of a famous person?
I don't remember. I don't know. I was told once. I'm not keeping that information hidden on purpose. I just don't remember.
I'm just curious.
I have no clue, but I get it. I just went on the whole rant. It's like, why? I would tell that person, get the fuck out of here. But when you're trying to run a theater business, it's difficult. And any help you can get, any kind of publicity you can get, any way to get the word out, anyone tied to any show that means something, that is still what gets people out.
Yeah, well, especially something small. You can tell the famous, the son of a famous person can tell the famous person, and then maybe the famous person is going to come see the show that their son is involved with, and then bring their famous friends. That's
the hope, but does that ever happen?
Oh, you guys want to go see a show about a hoarder? There's no door in it. Ooh, I'm in.
No, people, I don't know. I guess it was a good script. It was based on someone's actual experience with their mother. Writing what they know. Isn't that the thing you're supposed to do? Write what you know?
Yes.
I don't know anything, so I don't write anything.
Do you write the word nothing?
Yes.
That'd be a funny little thing. Write what you know, nothing.
Maybe that could be the name of the play.
Ooh. So is Phantom really, there's no other Phantom coming back or anything?
The idea, I don't know. There's been no word, but the Majestic Theater, where the Phantom played for God knows how long, 30-something years, they haven't put anything new in it yet. Usually when these theaters are empty, something goes in there pretty quickly.
Beetlejuice, the fucking music.
No, Beetlejuice wasn't actually that bad. It was fun.
I know, that's what you said.
Beetlejuice was a fun show. I can understand that the idea.
What? Beetlejuice? Huh?
They had cool sets and dancing and costumes. Don't hate it.
Trust the Beetlejuice.
Don't hate it. It's like hating
Beetlejuice. To me, like I picture the Beetlejuice in the Beetlejuice the musical to be like, like the Grinch, like the Jim Carrey Grinch, which I despise.
There was an actor that people knew that liked that played Beetlejuice.
Who?
I don't know. I don't remember his name. I don't know.
Tell me.
There's people who know the Broadway actors, so that they say this person's very big in Broadway. It's like, oh, I don't know.
Well, I'm sure that they did a good job, but it's stupid.
No, you're suffering from the Wonka syndrome, where the reviews were, I hate to say it, but it wasn't bad.
I know.
It was pretty good.
I can't. Did you know people didn't know it was a musical?
Yeah, they didn't really promote it as a musical.
Yeah, but it's always been a musical.
The book wasn't a musical.
Well, yeah, that's not outside the book. A book can't be a musical.
There was like one and a half.
Book.
It was a one and a half musicals. That second one, I don't know if I'd really call it musical. I know there are musical
second one
numbers.
Doesn't exist. It does not exist.
Oh, it exists. I saw a double Wonka box set where you get both of them.
Ew.
Buy this, get both movies. Wasn't it funny though that Violet was from Atlanta, from the suburbs? They show her house and it's a generic, sprawling suburban build.
I'm Veruca Salt. Okay.
Going back to Phantom,
those
though.
Real quick, those creepy Oompa Loompas that was just the one guy. What
the
fuck?
It's hard for me to hate that guy, though, because it was just one guy. And I think I saw an interview where he was excited about his role because, he got cast in a big movie.
And he got, he was just supposed to be like 5 people. And then it turned into like thousands of Loompas or whatever the fuck.
Yeah, and they processed his voice in a bad way.
Yeah, well, and that rock and roll one where he's like, oh, it's so bad. Ew, so bad. And just, even just thinking about it, it looks like oversaturated, but then also dull at the same time. I don't really understand how they did that. Okay, go ahead. Talk.
I still do like one scene from that movie when they arrive at the factory and the weird animatronic thing catches fire and everything burns.
Oh, I don't know that part. I didn't see. I've only seen parts of it and I threw up.
That's the best scene.
Things blew up. Okay.
Like a curtain opens and there's this little thing of animatronic kids singing some Willy Wonka song, and then they catch fire and their faces start to melt, and I enjoy that.
Like
part.
Willy Wonka.
That's the song. Yeah.
Okay.
But didn't you care that his dad didn't let him eat candy as a kid? That was really sad. He had a dentist as a dad. What an awful thing for a man who just wants to be a chocolatier, to have a dentist for a dad who says, I can't let you eat candy, you fucking little rat. If I catch you eating it, I'll slap it out of your mouth. What a horrible existence. He had to come through a lot. He had to go through a lot. Work his way into the position he was in. He deserves everything he has, that Wonka.
Why was he so airbrushed?
I don't know.
It's like his face was blurry. God, that movie's bad.
So Phantom.
Yeah.
It hasn't been announced. I don't know if it will happen. Technically, Phantom in London closed. It just happened over COVID when all the theaters were closed. And they closed the show. They made a few changes, not really that many. Cut back on the orchestra. And
that's right. Yeah, I remember that.
Saving money. Because it was a very expensive show to run because it had the biggest orchestra on Broadway. And the original people are still being paid. If you were part of the original production, if you were the sound designer in the original production, you got paid nonstop just because it was the original run. You shut that down, all those people peel off. and they think that they're going to reopen it similarly to what they did in London. But I
Okay.
guess you have to give enough of a break that people miss it.
I wonder if it will be as good because
It'll
I don't
probably
know.
be very similar, and they'll use some tracks to fill out the orchestra, which
Which
stinks,
is kind of a
but
bummer.
will most people notice? Probably not.
We'll notice.
Yeah.
God, I was telling you, I listened to that soundtrack again the other day with like just laying on my back in my bed with 2 AirPods in, which I know are not like the best way to listen to music, but it was the only thing I had. And just the beginning, that overture, you know, like it was so good. That
There's a reason it played for so long.
so good.
The music is good. You can critique Andrew Lloyd Webber all you want. and
Absolutely. He
there's-
has not always made the best decisions.
There are dated elements in Phantom with the guitar, but that was a thing of the
Yes.
time. I wish you could remove the guitar.
I feel like it's not as noticeable, the guitar.
It's really only in the title track.
Yeah.
For whatever reason, it's not built in the other music.
Right.
And it's a classic tale that people like. It's they can still hit all the right spots. People love it. I love it. Christina has seen it God knows how many times.
Again, why was the movie so terrible?
I can't really.
Why do people make terrible movies?
I can't really speak to that. I don't know why the movie was so terrible because it could have been good. The movie is a weird thing where something like Masquerade, which is a very colorful
Yeah.
scene. They just made it black and white. Like
Why'd they do that?
everyone's wearing, monochrome colors.
But they could have made it like fantastic.
Yeah, well, they
Because
also
they can't really do that on stage because they have limited amount of people.
when they cast Gerard Butler, and then he just had a black eye. That was his deformity. Don't look at me. I'm so ugly. It's like, what's wrong? It's like
And he's saying like, oh, like that.
my eye is red. It's got a red spot around my eye.
Don't look at me.
Maybe it'll be back.
I hope so. I'll go
But-
see it again.
But it lost its title as longest running show. Lion King, going back to what we were talking about earlier, will destroy that one day because Lion King will never, ever, 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 ever close.
Well, everybody thought that about Cats.
Lion King, though, I feel like intellectual property like that and the fact that it's so revered, it's
Yeah.
costumery, that people want to go see the people on stilts.
Who plays like little Simba? Is it a kid?
No, I think it's the same actor who carries around like a little baby Simba.
But doesn't the baby Simba sing?
Maybe it's a younger person then.
I wanna be a mighty king.
I thought they just put on like a headband with the baby Simba's head on it, and then when they get older, then it's a bigger Simba.
But you have to have like a little kid voice.
Maybe somebody can just do that with their voice.
Sure. Oh, I just can't wait to be king. There's such like a fun little kid way of singing. Like little kid actor way of singing. I'm gonna be the main event. It's like Michael Jackson. It kind of sounds like baby MJ.
Okay, there is a kid.
ABC. Easy as 1, 2, 3.
There's a kid who plays baby.
Okay, good.
Young
That
Simba.
sucks though for that kid. How many shows does he have to? They
I'm sure
have to have multiple kids.
Yeah, I'm sure they have multiple. Because of those laws, you can't work the kid this much. The
Yeah.
kid can only work every other day.
That's good because that show's intense. Or those shows are intense.
Then their parents take all the money. Well, you're not old enough. You're not old enough. We're putting this in an account for you. We promise. We're not touching it. We're not doing anything. Well, we're skimming a bit. We're skimming like 80% of it. But, it's going to be there for you one day. That didn't happen.
get it.
That didn't happen to Macaulay Culkin, huh? Wait, you get it? You'd steal
Yeah, I
from your
get it.
kids?
Well, I have taken a couple bucks here or there from my kids'
Oh, my
little account.
Oh my God!
Just like $10.
I think it's worse that you're taking $10.
But I give them $10. I give them $20 a month for doing fucking nothing, bro.
Why do you give them $20 a month?
Just to like start giving them money, like to have an account. just like building wealth for them, which is so much wealth.
Yeah, teaching them.
I was letting them use the money, but then they were spending it on just the most bullshit stuff. So I decided they can't use the money anymore.
Teaching them that you don't have to do anything for this money. I'll just give it to you. Here
Well,
you go.
I'm their parents.
Take it.
I got it. Yeah, for me, they can do it. I'll give them money for nothing. I want to be the mom eventually that has like cash. Well, the dad kind of, and has cash in their wallet. Like, here, you need $20. Here, take $20. There you go.
Yeah, but just giving them it on a regular basis, it feels like it defeats the purpose of parenting. Shouldn't that be, you got to do something to earn this money? Because my parents at some point tried to get me to do chores and said they would give me an allowance. And I chose not taking the money over doing the chores and taking the money.
Well, they don't, they don't get to spend the money. That's the thing.
Oh, okay.
I give them money for nothing.
So then then you steal it. Okay. You give it
to
them.
I have stolen it. I don't steal it.
You're in a spot where you have to take $10.
No, sometimes you're like, oh man, let me use $10 out of their account for like some dumb thing that they want. Like I kind of make them spend their own money, but they don't know they're spending their own money. It's more like I'm annoyed that they want to spend my money on something dumb and maybe I can't say no for some reason. And so then I just use like a couple bucks of theirs. It's not a big deal.
I find it to be worse.
They have like $100 in there.
If my kid was making millions of dollars, it'd be then I see it, it's like, oh, I don't know, there's a lot of money there. I want to start taking some of that, but I need $3. I'm going to break my kid's piggy bank. Things aren't going so well.
They do have a piggy bank that you can't open. It was made by my friend Mike Clapthor, who makes these really awesome like robots. You should really check it out. But it's a piggy bank that you can't open, and so it's full of money.
What do you have to do? Just smash it one day?
You got to smash it. Yeah. I don't think I'm going to ever be able to make that decision for them. Like they're going to have to do that. And then I think I'll be sad that they're going to smash it.
Yeah, I think that's the problem when you're making a nice piece of artwork. Like smash it open.
Yeah.
Maybe that's part of the art.
I just can't wait to smash that bank.
You can put all the ceramic in a pile and then call that art. Like if you go to the Dia Beacon museum. My God. I went up there twice actually.
What is it, modern art?
Yeah, there was like a pile of glass just sitting on the floor. Like this is art.
Yeah. That shit is so lame.
There are people who really defend it. And I guess art can be anything. But to me,
they seem so pretentious though.
Yes, to me, art is something that makes you think or feel.
Yeah.
And it is subjective. Maybe somebody does look at that pile of glass and they feel something. I can't say that doesn't exist. It's hard for me to believe. I don't know what kind of emotions it would pull out, but it doesn't work for me. No modern art works for me. You can look at it in context, especially when modern art, abstract art started popping up, like as a rebellion and like 80s music was, in a way, experimentation of new instruments. So yes, you get new materials and ways of doing things and processes, and seemed like it was a rebellion of long drawn out 7-minute guitar solo songs where everything was commercialized, which is not maybe the best thing, but you got good 80s songs and they hit a spot. And I'm sure there's plenty of people who hate 80s music and their complaints are valid, because if you do look at it through the lens I'm talking about, I guess it was highly commercialized. It was pumped out at a rate that we hadn't seen before, some of it didn't age well, but at the time there was, it was cool with all the synth stuff. It's like, whoa, this is new and we're playing around with this. So I can understand that with some art. I try to appreciate that, or I at least try to use that to not shit on it. I'm like, well, okay, the person was experimenting in some way, then fine. But I don't know. I just, again, when I see something that I could do, like if it's a big fucking sculpture, even if it's ridiculous, I'm like, wow, I couldn't, that.
Yeah, how do you even start something like that?
Yeah, that's but a fucking pile of glass. Come on.
Well, and also to me, I like art to be something, like you said, something that makes me like feel something. It doesn't have to be an intensity. It could just be like, oh, I really like that. It's really pretty. It brightens up my space. Like I kind of like art to be more useful, right? Because a pile of glass isn't going to do anything. It's just going to be a pile of glass. Whereas maybe if it were someone who like made a ultra realistic sort of pencil drawing of a pile of glass, I think that's more interesting than I can put it up on my wall. Even if it's something that's overpriced and like, considered like high art and you have to, you get it at a gallery and it's like, $16,000. Well, whatever. At least I would say, oh, that's going to do something for me. I'm going to see it. There's something about it that's interesting. It's broken, but it's beautifully put together by this person, this artist who spent all this time on each piece. Like that I can appreciate. But a literal like pile of dirt, of garbage, I don't. What am I going to do with that? It's on the floor.
I just sent you a picture.
You sent it to me. I'm looking at it.
Yeah. Like, okay. Sure.
Okay. But yeah, so I'm saying, like, what do you do with that? What is that? What is it? Like, I guess you could say it has some meaning or something, but like I said, I want art to be something I can also sort of do something with, and not physically, but like something that brightens up my day by looking at it, or like makes me think when I look at it. You can't put a pile of glass in your house.
Maybe if you could, that's saying something.
And then your cleaners, because you have such a big house, they come and they sweep up the glass. Like, oh no, there's a mess. And then they clean it up.
Or you drop a glass by accident in the kitchen and that breaks and they don't sweep it up because they think
that's right.
It's a supplementary piece. Like, I don't know.
Or you sweep it up and you just throw it in the pile of glass.
People pay to go see that though.
Well, that's silly. I don't get it. But I mean, yeah. No. I was going to try and be more open-minded and like understanding of the world or something, but pile of glass, I don't know.
My friend Matt gets very angry when I talk about abstract modern art this way.
Oh, because he likes it?
I don't know if for whatever reason in his mind it makes him think less of me, like I don't get it or I'm not open-minded enough, and it says something about who I am. It's like, no, I've given it I've approached it from all those angles. I can again admit to you that I get that. Doesn't mean I have to like it.
Right.
I don't have to like a fucking line drawn on a sheet of paper that's hanging in the fucking Museum of Modern Art.
Yeah, I think what is it? Is it Rothko? The guy that does just like the big color, just like something of all of one color or like two colors.
Yeah.
Yeah. I thought that was kind of dumb. I was like, what? Who gives a shit? And then my friend told me that it's actually pretty interesting because look how clean the line is. And like, look how the color, I don't remember if they like gradient into each other, if he has anything like that, but something like that. Like she taught me a little bit more of the skill it takes to make something. I was like, oh, okay. I get that.
Yeah, and I think his whole thing was, the idea was he was capturing human emotion and putting it on a canvas.
Well,
which even that in itself, it's like, oh, okay, you can do that? You're able to do that? And then that was supposed to evoke emotion from the people who viewed it. And then, these are the things. If you look into the process of making it and realize that there was maybe more skill involved than you thought,
right,
you can garner a bit more appreciation for it. But it still doesn't mean you have to like it or think that it's worthy in some way. Wow, my whole house is falling apart.
I heard the radiator. What was the other thing?
The snow on the roof, I guess, melted enough where it slid off. So it was sliding down the roof, and then the radiator started hissing at the same time.
I saw a video of someone of like big, huge ice sheets coming off of a building in New York and like slamming into the ground.
Yeah, people below.
People were worried.
And you have to think,
look out!
I mean, things fall off of buildings, air conditioners fall out of windows. Not necessarily the safest place to walk on the sidewalk below. People jump off of buildings and land on you.
Ah! That's rude.
And it has happened. It's like, yeah, if you're going to kill yourself, make sure no one's below.
Do you know what I say about murder suicide?
What?
Just reverse that. Suicide first, then you can murder all you want.
Yes, take some time. Commit the suicide, and then if you're still feeling up to the murder,
Yeah, then by all means.
yeah,
Go
I'm
ahead.
just asking you to take a step back for a second,
Mhm.
sit and think.
Yeah, priorities. All right, thanks everybody.
For another show that had nothing to do with one thing.
What? It's a process.
It's
We're
not a
working on it.
process, they're just being lazy.
But I'm really enjoying these shows.
Yes, but then we put an end to this show and you start a new show.
All right.
I just think it's ridiculous, the show.
No, I know. I get it. But I can't stop.
And every week I say, no, we're getting back on track, and then we don't. And so my word means absolutely nothing.
I mean, I tried at the beginning.
Yeah, but you took this one thing in the pre-show and ran with it and said, no, that's the topic now.
No, well, because
The pre-show's always been the part where you just talk about whatever, then you get into the topic.
But then I
Like-
kind of forgot that you were going to play the music because we haven't been playing the music.
And I'm sitting at my normal computer. See, I'm trying
Oh, see? Okay.
to get back into it.
Okay. Well, I appreciate that.
Okay.
All right. Thanks, everybody. Love you. Bye.